uJesu uthi encwadini yezaga uthi wangidala ngikuqala kwendlela yakho ekusikeleni kwakho amazulu ngangikhona ekumiseni kwakho intaba nganginawo ngiyingcwethi yomsebenzi wakho uJohane uthi ulizwi kaNkulunkulu konke kwavela ngaye ulizwi angakabi khona kuzange kube khona lutho kukho konke okudaliweyo kudalwe ngayo ulizwi kaNkulunkulu wena umuhle Jehova umuhle ngendodana yakho naso sibuyisele kuwe ngezwi lakhe sidalela ukudumisa wena sidalela ukubabaza wena haleluya.
Siyabingelela mbukeli nomlaleli weKharedo. I welcome you today to Sports Buzz. This is Thammy, your host. On this new week, yeKharedo, I've got news for you, different type of news that's been taking place over the weekend, including laphayana cricket, rugby, tennis, soccer. So that are the news that I have for you today. I've got news from Naomi Osaka. The season has started in other leagues. I've also got news there for La Liga, the DSTV Premiership, English Premiership, and I've got the results of the MTN 8 which are taking place, the Rugby Championship results which are taking place. The Rugby Championship is hosted by 4 teams in New Zealand, Australia, Argentina, and Namabogabo, Lapayana. We are defending champions, Rugby Championship. We've also got a test series going on right now. I'm gonna give you right now our results are corner shortly. So let's start with our results lapayana. Rugby Championship in New Zealand bidlala ne-Australia, and ama results akhona ahambe kanje. In New Zealand iwine ngo-57 to 22 points from Australia. Kwase kwathi ama defending champions South Africa won 32 to 12 kwi-Argentina. And then I've got the Western and Southern Open results lapayana tennis, which are taking place lapayana USA. I've got a round of 34 results right now that I'm going to say. B Nakashima was playing against McDonald, and McDonald won the game by 5-7, 6-2. Kwasogatu Anderson and Kachanov. Kachanov, the score was 4-2, 6-6. And then the round of 64, Bugu Gasquet and Andy Murray. Andy Murray is South African. We nearly 6-4, 6-4. Kwasogwati Kachanov, Bigala no AD, Kwasogwabo 6-0. 6-4, no 6-4 Gamasetsabo, and then Uti Evans was playing against Uti Schwartzman, and the results went as 2-6, 6-4, no 6-3. So those were the Western and Southern men's lapayana with tennis. And then right now I'm going to go to the international series, which is currently taking place lapayana, and that is cricket. I've got some results. West Indies bidlala ne Pakistan, and West Indies won by 1 wicket. Kwasogwati, or that game took place on Sunday the 15th, and then on Monday, which is yesterday, on an international test series match, England was playing against India, and India won by 151 runs. And then on the soccer results, I've got the MTN 8, which was taking place on the weekend. Iqale ngoMgqibelo, yaphela ngesonto. Those were the last 8, so I'm going to give you the results right now. Iqale ngegame yokuqala. The Golden Arrows was playing against SuperSport, and that game went to extra time, up to penalties. After the game finished ngo-2-2. Kwasogwati Arrows yawina ngo-4-3, and then another match which took place Orlando, Soweto, i-Pirates ibidlala ne-Swallows kuyona idabi laphayana yaseSoweto. Iswayi yawina ngo-2-1 idlulela laphayana emzulisaneni olandelayo isha omkhaya. Mase kwathi Lucas Masterpiece Moripe Stadium bedlala i-Sundowns ne-Chiefs. Kule game leyo was 2-2 full time, and then it went to extra time, to penalties, and then kwaba 2-1 iscore kwama penalties. In 5 penalties, Sundowns scored 2 and Orlando Chiefs scored 1. Lapayana ukeeper with Sundowns made a save of 4 penalties in that game. That is incredible. And he also Kennedy Mwene lapayana goalkeeper with Sundowns, he also scored naye lapayana penalties. Not just good in saving penalties, but also good in taking penalties. And then in the next game lapayana was between Cape Town City and Namazulu lapayana. Cape Town City yadlulela kumzulisano olandelayo. Let me see ukuthi I've got other results to share with you right now. Oh, I've got the English Premiership results, one of the biggest league in world football, lapayana. So I'm going to give you the results, starting by the first game that took place on Friday the 13th. Brentford ibidlala Arsenal, yawina Brentford ngo-2-0. Brentford omakhelwane omakoti kuyona i-Premiership esazi ukuthi baphuma ehlathini laphana kwi-Championship. So kwigame oqala they were able to beat laphayana i-Arsenal laphayana, who have been struggling for many years, and baqale ngegiye eliphansi ke bajwayele ukuqala ngegiye eliphezulu bebonakala bethembiza, but as i-league laphana iqhubeka jwayele laphana ukuphela amandla bonakala sekuphela isizini sebesendaweni engekho yinhle. But kule season iqale ngenote eliphansi leli ejwayele ukugcina ngalo, but we don't know ukuthi are they still gonna recover from this loss komakoti laphayana i-Brentford. So ngithi congratulations to i-Brentford laphayana ngokuthi ithi fika nje iqala ukudlala kwi-top flight and then bayiwine i-game. So ngithi big ups to i-Brentford. I'm looking forward to yona i-Brentford ukuthi isiphatheleni kwi-season. Maybe there might be the surprise package yokuthi like previous season bekuyi-Leeds, i-surprise package ebiphuma kwi-Championship, nabo baphuma kwi-Championship baqale ngewin. So ngithi big ups to yona i-Brentford. Ngidlulele kwama-results, ngiqhubeka nama-results. I-Man United was playing against Leeds United. Kwase kwathi i-Man U yawina ngo-5-1 without any of their new signings, big signings starting in the first 11. But Jordan Sancho was able to come in as a substitute in the second half, but unfortunately i-debut goal yakhe akakayitholi, as sazi ukuthi Bruno Fernandes scored a hat-trick, and then Paul Pogba made history of being the first Manchester United player to score, not to score, but to assist four goals. That is a big performance by yena Paul Pogba. Ngidlulele kwenye i-results laphayana. Leicester was playing against Wolves. Wolves laphayana yadliwa ngo 1-0 and kwasokwathi iWatford bedlala Aston Villa. iWatford yawina ngo 3-2 against Aston Villa, and then iBurnley ibedlala neBrighton. iBrighton kaPercy Tau, the South African born player, but unfortunately he couldn't travel with the team. He wasn't in the match day squad. But there are speculations surrounding Yonage, future yake uPercy Tau. There might be a loan as their interest from different clubs, including a team laphayana yase Egypt, Al Ahly coach, a former coach wakhe uPercy Tau. So maybe that might be one of the reason ukuthi akakwazanga utravela laphayana nesquad uPercy Tau. So another match that was playing on Saturday was in Norwich playing against Liverpool. Liverpool won by 3-0, and then there's another game between Chelsea and Palace. Chelsea won their game, got 3-0, and then Newcastle was playing against West Ham, and West Ham won by 4-2. And then the champions, the last game of the week was against Tottenham Hotspurs neMan City. Aqala ngekheli phansi ke laphana ama-champions yona iManchester City as idliwe ngo-0 idliwe ngo-0-0 laphana kwithimu ebidlala without their star striker Harry Kane, who is reportedly might be on his way to yona iCity le akade bedlala yona, as there's interest kuyona iCity. So those were the results that I have for you for this past week. It was a beautiful weekend with a lot of action taking place. So right now I'm going to take you to another news. I remember that we previously shared lana kwi-Karedo kwi-sports bars ukuthi uNaomi Osaka laphayana, the Japanese world number 2 women's in tennis laphayana, ukuthi he couldn't attend laphayana i-press conference laphayana kwi-media, imbuzo laphayana wanqaba wathi angekaze akwazi due to personal reasons, due to being emotional, and waziza engeke akwazi ukuthi aface abantu, aface izwe, bambuze zonke lezi zinto abambuza ngazo akwazi ukuyiphendula. So she refused, and she was fined $15,000 for refusing to attend laphayana match conference laphayana. But recently uNaomi Osaka attended the first conference since his refusal to do so. So on his conference that took place yesterday, she was very emotional after questions of dealing with the media. She broke down in tears, and the conference had to be put on hold for minutes until akwazi ukuthi cool down. And when she came back laphana, she mentioned ukuthi the decisions she make ukuthi angakwazi ukukhuluma nemedia due to lesima ayekusona se-depression, nokuba emotional, ukuthi ngakwazi ukubhekana nemibuzo ayizobuzwa yona during i-French Open le ayiparticipate kuyona. So ushilo ukuthi she was proud of that decision she took. Akayiboni inkinga laphayana cause lento le personal, is not about other people, but it was about her. Yona i-French Open, the 4th time Grand Slam winner yona uNaomi akakwazanga ukukhuluma kahle esekhuluma laphayana cause beyilokhu kuvuka usizi bonakala ukuthi as isamudla lento ebimudla. So siyakhumbula ukuthi leso sigameko senzeke ngoMay khona this year, and after that the only event that she took part in was Olympics, and you know that the incident happened before Olympics, but she was able to take part in at home as she's a Japanese also. She took part and wakwazi ukuthi adlulele kumzulisano wokuqala, wesibili, owesithathu. Kwesithathu ke wangakwazi ukudlula laphayana uNaomi Osaka. So everything went smooth kuyona le conference abe nayo izolo, until along the way kube khona imbuzo angakwazanga ukuthi ayiphendule, but right now ngifuna ukufundela amazwi akhe ukuthi ubethina laphana uNaomi after kuyona le conference abe nayo. uNaomi uthi, "It felt like something I needed to do for myself. I felt like I holed up in my house for a couple of weeks and was a little bit embarrassed to go out. The biggest eye-opener was going to the Olympics and having other athletes come up to me and say they were really glad I did what I did." So we have mentioned lapano Osaka ukuthi she got a backing lapano from other people lapano kama Olympics, besho ukuthi she did a good thing in that, and nami I think it's a good thing to know yourself ukuthi there are things that you can't face, and I think as it's akumele ukuthi beforce laphayana abadlali be sports laphana ihlukahlukene ukuthi bekwazi ukuthi beface imedia, esazi ukuthi kuningi okusemahlombe abo, and umhlaba wonke osuke ukubuka nomhlaba wonke osuke ukulalele laphayana ukhuluma laphana kwi-match conference. So yena wazizwa engakwazi ukuthi engakwazi ukuthi ame akhulume nabezindaba. So asibheka manje ngokuthi wenze into enhle, and nami njoba ngisho ukuthi uyazazi as umuntu. So I think akumele ukuthi kukhishwa ama-fine as if like ufosiwe ukuthi ukhulume nabantu. Well, it's important ukukhuluma, to have a match conference nemedia to let the people know yabo ukuthi kwenzakalani around you, ubuwenzani ukuyiprepare for what sort of event leyo match leyo onayo as a figure, as a professional. Kumele ukuthi kwenzakale lokho. You can't avoid the media. Into eyona sikwenza ukuthi wakwazi ukuthi njalo usuzohlezi ubuzwa ngaso le sport lesi o participate kusona. So bayafuna ukwazi abantu, unama fans bayafuna ukuzwa ukhuluma, bayajabula uma ukhuluma. So wena if iplayer akumele ukuthi, well njoba ngisho ukuthi ngiyambheka, but futhi ngiphinde ngisho ukuthi akumele ukuthi as i-professional usuzohlezi manje wena ufika ngezinto personal, but get understand that if it happens once, twice, but it can happen repeatedly, kuzoba sengathi wena manje usufuna avoid imedia. So uNaomi Osaka was fined $15,000, but she returned to play kwama Olympics. So that was the news conference that took place yesterday. Yake uNaomi Osaka, the 23-year-old Japanese tennis player laphayana or number 2 emhlabeni wonke. So I'm going to go to ama transfers laphayana football engizoku tshela wona esesazi ukuthi isiqalile isizini kwamanye aqala kuleli sonto. So ama team ayaqinisa laphana ikwati zawo newindi livuliwe siyazi ukuthi livalwa ekupheleni kwa-August. So sekusele insuku ezincane close to 14 days until kuvalwe iwindi. So busy market laphana, each and every day we hear different news, rumors happening. So there are speculations surrounding Cristiano Ronaldo's future laphana umdlali weJuventus. As we know ukuthi he had previously said ukuthi she is happy laphana kwiJuventus, but we know ukuthi you can't predict the future if people come knocking, as we know ukuthi PSG laphana recently signed uNeymar laphana okuyena umuntu oyirival ka Cristiano. So yona iPSG futhi isiplane ukuthi ivale isikhala somdlali wayo uMbappe who is looking to play for Real Madrid, his dream team, afuna ukuyidlalela. So even though Messi efikile kwi-PSG, player like Mbappe feels like the opportunity yokuthi adlale with one of the best players. Yena he wants to be the best naye, as he is young, upcoming laphayana player laphana siyaziyo ukuthi in a potential enkulu of being one of the best. So uMbappe ufuna ukuyodlalela iReal Madrid, and now Real Madrid is showing interest kuyena uMbappe, and they have been showing interest for the past 3 seasons. And naye umdlali wakuvuma lokho, akaze akufihle njalo ukuthi naye iphupho lakhe esamncane ukuthi ayodlalela iMadrid. So idol yakhe angakufihli ukuthi uRonaldo kungase kube yona ezovala isikhala sakhe laphayana kwi-PSG. So asazi ukuthi kuzokenzakalani, but there are a lot of things that are still going to happen. Asazi ukuthi uMbappe uzoshiya, asazi ukuthi uRonaldo uzohamba. And futhi kuyona indaba zaRonaldo, uCarlo Ancelotti, his former coach laphana kwiMadrid, is also interested ngaye uRonaldo. So asazi laphana ukuthi kuzokenzakalani kuyena uRonaldo. Uzosala Italy kwiJuventus, or is he going to leave the country and the team? So as I go on laphayana kwama-transfers, Olympique Lyon are in contact with Chelsea for Emerson laphayana, their left back, masokuthi Thammy Abraham, to leave Chelsea to AS Roma. Masokuthi uBen Davies leaves Liverpool to join Sheffield United. Masokuthi uLautaro Martinez wants to stay at Inter Milan. Esandukushiwa uLukaku, who has joined the Chelsea laphana, partnering striker yakhe uMartinez isishiyile laphana, esazi ukuthi Inter ibhekene nenkinga zezimali njengeBarcelona esikubalulile last week ukuthi inama debts of close to 1.5 billion. So nayo iInter ibhekene nalezo ingenamba sibona ukuthi isedayise abadlali abahola kakhulu kuyona, including uRomelu Lukaku, of which usayinwe ngerecord kwi-Premier League. So 120 million pounds athenge ngayo Lukaku, but uLautaro Martinez uthi even though yena even though its team has lost many players during this transfer window due to ama-debts akhona kwi-club, yena uyimisele ngokuthi ahlale as he trusts the process and the project yayo i-Inter, even though there are many changes kuyona i-team kuyona ama-defending champions e-Serie A laphayana i-league yase-Italy. Michy Batshuayi to complete his move to Besiktas, masukuthi i-Juventus to submit a final bid to sign Manuel Locatelli. Masokwathi another news, Thibaut Courtois extend contract with Real Madrid until June 2026. Grand Xhaka deal completed with Arsenal until June 2025. Atletico Madrid are interested in Matheus Cunha laphana. Talks are ongoing to sign Brazilian striker uCunha. Ngikhumbula ukuthi Cunha is a youngster who was taking place laphayana, who was taking part kwama Olympics in the winning side, in the winning team, winning country, Brazil ehambene gold. He was a star player in that team, a very important player. So Atletico Madrid, who are the defending champions of La Liga, ayimisele ngaye, so we'll see ukuthi whether he ends up joining them or uyasala laphayana kwi-Hertha Berlin adlala kuyona. Diego Costa joins Atletico Mineiro as a free agent, and siyazi ukuthi Diego Costa is a former Atletico Madrid and Chelsea striker laphayana Diego Costa. So I'm going to go to a local news. DStv Premiership, Orlando Pirates coach has resigned with immediate effect after the Sundays lost. After the loss against Swallows, umemezelile izolo ngomsomluko ukuthi uyashiya laphana uJoseph Zinnbauer, the 51-year-old coach from Germany who took charge of Orlando Pirates in 2019 and ended the drought of 5 seasons without any silverware laphayana kwezimnyama. So as efikile, he was able to win them MTN 8 yaphela laphayana i-drought last season, but kuyona MTN 8 this season he was beaten 2-1 by Morocco Swallows, and then after in immediate effect kwaba seshiya laphana, even though engakumentionanga lokho match conference after a game yeSwallows. So this came as a surprise. We don't know ukuthi what's really the matter surrounding yona le issue le yokuthi ashiye, even though yena ekubalila ukuthi into emenza ukuthi resign is due to family reasons back home eGermany la hlala khona umndeni wakhe. So siyakhumbula ukuthi last season at the middle of the season yena coach laphana uJoseph Zinnbauer had to flee the country heading back to Germany as his son was involved in a car accident laphayana. So uke washiya nangeseason edlule yambambeli assistant coach until azebuye, but now usephinde uyashiya, and ukushiya kwakhe uthi comes due to family reasons laphayana. So family laphana comes first kuyena ucoach uLontuzana Zimbabwe, then umsebenzi wakhe asewushiyile laphana kuyona iOrlando Pirates. kujwayelekile kwibhola ukuthi o-coach or abadlali bethathe umndeni wabo baye la abaya khona naye. So if umuntu eshiya i-country, abanye bajwayele ukuthi behambe nomndeni, but abanye mhlambe due to other reasons abakwazi ukuthi bethathe ifamily yabo ifamily yabo or ingane zabo. So it shows ukuthi uZimbawa laphana, he is a man who puts family first laphana, esibona eshiya ekubalula lokho. So it shows ukuthi as a head laphana uzimesela kangakanani laphana uZimbawa ngokuphepha laphana komndeni wakhe. So he has left, I don't know whether he's left the country, but yena he is leaving Orlando Pirates laphana, the defending champions of MTN 8. So let me look at ngihlale kuyona laphana i-DStv Premiership, as sazi ukuthi qalile i-season qale nge-MTN 8 laphana, ibemnandi kakhulu. I-Pirates Kaizer Chiefs omkhaya laphana, they bowed out kuyona i-MTN 8 kabuhlungu, ne-Super Sports naMaZulu laphayana. uPenny McCarthy was very disappointed, as sazi ukuthi before the season starts, pre-season mentioned that he's going to show i-Kaizer Chiefs laphana ukuthi iwina kanjani i-CAF Champions League. Esazi ukuthi amaZulu ayo participate laphana kwi-CAF Champions League for the first time in the club's history, and for the first time as a coach for yena uPenny McCarthy. So uthe uzobatshengeza, esazi ukuthi ihlulekile ukuyiwina iKaizer Chiefs, ishaya laphana kwi-final ngo-3-0 ishawe Al Ahly. Yena uthi uzobatshengisa, uzobafundisa ukuthi iwina kanjani. Siyazi ukuthi i-CAF Confederation includes teams from Africa, not just South Africa, but yena njoba esahlulwa ukuwina competition yala ekhaya, kaze uyokwazi ukumelana nobunzima bokutravela, bokufacea ama-team ase-North Africa and other parts of Africa. So maybe it was because kusaqala season, siyazi uma kusaqala i-season abadlali basuke bengakatholani kahle, so kusamixa laphana the old and new players, kuzama ukutholakala laphayana i-strategy se-team ezodlala ngaso. So uPenny McCarthy lost kwi-final yakhe. So we know that he had previously won one cup with Cape Town City. So ngeza kwazi ukuthi ya-ede laphana yesibili. So sesobheka kwi-league i-DStv Premiership ukuthi ngabe uzokwazi yini, esazi ukuthi amaZulu aphuma number 2 last season. This season kaze asiphatheleni, kodwa-ke aqale ngenothe phansi isizini edlula saphoxeka, but simelwe siyi-KZN, sisamelwe i-Golden Arrows ekwazile laphayana ukushaya i-Super Sports, of which they've gone to face i-Mamelodi Sundowns in the next round, i-MTN 8. i-Sundowns yona-ke ehlule i-Kaizer Chiefs kwama-penalty laphayana ngo-2-1. Just imagine 2-1 out of 5 penalties, which means i-Sundowns ikore 2, kwase kwathi i-Kaizer yakora only 1. Wonke lo munye u-4 washweba. Actually awushwebanga. Ukeeper we-Sundowns has to be given i-credit laphayana of making saves of those 4 penalties, even though kunokukhalaza ukuthi wona lawo masave uwenze like engekho kulayini, as ukeeper kumele abe kulayini before ishawe ipenalty. So makuvela laphana ithombe laphana ze broadcasting kuyavela ukuthi uKennedy Mwene laphana ukeeper we Mamelodi Sundowns in all the 4 penalties that he saved ubengekho kulayini. So kubizwa i-question laphana kulontuzana kama-match officials ukuthi ingabe umsebenzi wabo bayimisele yini ngawo as kuhlezi kunamaphutha season after season kwi-DStv Premiership hlezi kukhalwa ngo-ref laphana. So we don't know ukuthi maybe is it time to introduce i-VAR la South Africa laphana as besibona ibisebenza laphana Confederation, I mean kwi-CAF Champions League final between i-Kaizer Chiefs ne-Al Ahly, which means they've introduced it like Africa, but I think it's time ukuthi nayo introduce la eSouth Africa kwibhola la South Africa as sibona ukuthi ama-match officials or referee laphana they are really struggling to come with laphana ama-decision right. Sibona amaphuzu amaningi kuyona le game yayo i-Sundowns ne-Kaizer Chiefs, and Kaizer Chiefs baphoxile abalandeli bayo bethwele ngeqoma bekulindeleke ukuthi kaze uzowenza kanjani kule season as benomqeqeshi omusha Stuart Baxter nabadlali abasha abasayinisiwe. Nokho ke uyena Stuart Baxter went for most of the old players kuyona i-game yango Sunday, but only 3 players who are new players who are in the starting lineup. So even though ke baphoxekile abalandeli be-Kaizer Chiefs ngeyinqumo za Baxter of not making early substitutions nama-decisions akhe abagculisekanga, but uThembisile ukuthi as season esaqala he's still trying to find the rhythm. He's happy about the results, 2-2 results, as they are a building team than Sundowns, who are already a ready team laphana. So let me go to English Premier League. I'm going to look at Harry Kane, the Tottenham Hotspur player laphana. It was reported on the past weeks ukuthi attendanga laphana i-training due to ukuthi he's trying to force a move out of the club to go and play laphana for Manchester City, who are showing interest kuyena laphana Harry Kane. So Harry Kane missed the game against Tottenham, against Man City, I mean on the first game of the league, and the coach said it's not, we miss a game not because of the speculation surrounding his future, but it's because of image fitness laphana. So those were the news that I have for you today. Please subscribe on YouTube and Facebook, like laphana page letu ka radio na ku YouTube like and subscribe ku ka radio TV. So those are the news I have for you today on Thursday. Nkosi uzobuya nezindaba asiphathele zona kulona leli sonto nokuthi kuzowenzakalani ku-weekend le esiya kuyona. Ngithi mina shalom kuwena mbukeli nomlaleli ekhaya.
nezwi lamandla akho sizokukhonza sikudumise ngakho konke Jehova Sebaoth